Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin. I'm here with my co-host, James Haskell. In this episode, we're going to go around the AFC North and continue grading each position group by 1 through 4. And this video, we're going to be reviewing the cornerback position. So the way we've decided to do it, we're grading the top 4 corners on each team in the North and ranking them 1 through 4. So, Jimbo, if you want to get us started by letting us know who your number 4 cornerback unit in the AFC North is.
Sure. This one, while this list was not as easy as some of the other lists we've done, this spot at number 4 was relatively easy. I'm going with, and this is a theme amongst our shows thus far, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. They have the 4th best, in other words, the worst cornerback unit in the AFC North. I don't think it's close. When your lead dog in the cornerback room is Trey Waynes, I think you're already kind of having problems. So, I mean, that's really my main justification. The other guys haven't done much. They've been, William Jackson has had some injuries. Darius Phillips and Mackenzie Alexander are backups for a reason. So Trey Waynes is your lead dog, and I don't think that he would be first, second, or third best corner on our team.
He wouldn't be the 4th either.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the 4th. So with that being said, I think it's the Bengals. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Trey Waynes is a okay player, but I don't think it goes much past that. Now, they needed to bring him in, and they did sign him to a pretty good contract, 3 years, $42 million, bringing him over from Minnesota. But he's just like above average. He's not great. He's not bad, but he's just okay. So, yeah, for that reason, there's no way their unit could be in the top 3 in our division.
He's like a Honda Accord, In
what way?
So, like, Honda Accords are not flashy. They get the job done. But they're not the worst either. They're not like a Yaris, right?
Didn't you drive a Yaris for a while?
I still drive a Yaris.
Oh, okay.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a difference between the two, right? Like, Ford is acceptable, but it's really nothing but bare bones.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, if he's your number 1, Trey Wayne's your number 1, you don't probably have a great room. But yeah, so let's move on to number 3. So the third ranked cornerback unit in the AFC North, according to me, is the Cleveland Browns. And let me tell you, they have one guy on there who I have high hopes for, but he didn't have the best season last year after a heck of a rookie year, and that's Denzel Ward. They also drafted Greedy Williams. I believe last year was his rookie year, and people were high on him, but he kind of disappointed. So they got a lot of high picks invested in their cornerback position, whether it be their team or even grabbing some other – trouble with this video. There we go. Or whether it's grabbing old first-round picks from other teams that didn't quite kind of live up to the hype. Let's see. That was Kevin Johnson. Yeah, so they grabbed Kevin Johnson, who was a first-round pick back in 2015, to try and kind of help revitalize his career. But he's been banged up. He's had a lot of injury issues, so he's never really panned out to be that first-round pick everybody was expecting. So to me, Denzel Ward, if he can return back to what we saw from him as a rookie, then I think they would be a lot better. And Greedy Williams has got to step his game up. He's got to look like a first-round pick or at least a second-round pick going into this season, and we'll see. But, man, I don't know. I don't know if he can make that big of a swing. I know we had Jeff Risdon on last season during the season. He was really disappointed in the play of Greedy Williams. So he's got a long way to go. But if what's his name?
Denzel Ward.
If Denzel Ward can return back to his old form, maybe that can kind of elevate Greedy along with him.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think that the Browns, I've also have them at number 3. Gosh, dang it.
What?
I wonder.
Oh, because we keep agreeing. Oh yeah, you were like, hold on. Let me just say this. You prefaced. You were like, we're not telling each other. It's no shockers here. It's not like you're revealing you got Cincy at number 1. So we have the same.
Yeah, no,
like you had some surprise.
Second and third were hard well, they weren't super hard, but they were hard. There was a little bit of thought that went into that. So third, I also have the Browns. I'm not going to get too into it because I agree with everything you said. The only thing I will say is I agree with you on Greedy Williams. I think he needs to get more physical. He looked like, I've used this term before, definitely didn't have like his man body last year. Still looked like he played college football.
Yeah.
And not not at the pro level. So he didn't seem physically ready. So we'll see what he does next year. But as far as number 2 goes, no surprises, like you said. I have the Steelers in at number 2, who are led by Maryland native Joe Hayden, who, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about Joe Hayden. Sometimes I think he's better than what people say. Sometimes I think he's not good as people have said. But of course, they have Steven Nelson in there and Mike Hilton, Cameron Sutton. All those guys have contributed in different measures. But your leading guy is Joe Hayden. I think he's a proven commodity. He's well paid for a reason. And, so, I mean, I think he's better than anyone on the other teams we've already mentioned. And I think that their depth is pretty good, so their floor is not as low based on the other 3. So that's my number 2.
Okay, I got to agree as far as their ranking. But I think so Joe Hayden's kind of interesting because it's like ever since he left the Browns, people have been waiting for him to just fall off the edge. But he just doesn't. He's a guy who doesn't have great speed, but he's I think he only missed one game last season or last 2 seasons. He only missed one game. He's got 7 picks during the last 2 seasons. He's got 29 pass breakups. So he's a guy, I think you're right. He is underrated because he doesn't have that top line speed, but he's physical. He can put his nose in there and make the tackle. He's been durable. And then I think his teammate Steven Nelson is pretty close to Joe Hayden. I mean, I don't think there's a big drop-off between their 1 and 2, and their 1's pretty good. So, and then you mentioned that, they got some depth there. They got a couple guys that, I think they're okay. Cameron Sutton and Mike Hilton, they're okay. They're quality depth, I guess you'd say. But their top 2 guys are pretty good, and I think pretty underrated. If you go around the league and look, they're probably one of the more underrated starting duos at cornerback in the whole league. So, but let's be honest, it's hard to make number 1 in the AFC North in corners. And really, it's going to be hard no matter where you look in the NFL. I don't think you can find a unit that's stronger than the Ravens cornerbacks this season. So let's just get right into the number 1 team in the AFC North, without a doubt. Not even close. It's the Baltimore Ravens. Their corners are unbelievable. Not only do they have Marlon Humphrey, who's an All-Pro, or was he Pro Bowl? Yeah. And Marcus Peters was All-Pro. One or the other. They flip-flop. But you got 2 Pro Bowlers on the outside, okay? Then you got Jimmy Smith coming back, who is a quality player who's versatile. I mean, he's a guy that you can man up on your tight end. You can play on the outside and not miss a beat much from those other 2 guys. But now if Tavon Young, please, Tavon, please stay healthy. I'm begging you, because if this guy is healthy, I mean, I think Ravens fans might have forgotten how good this guy is. The Ravens paid him to be the best slot corner in the league. So they must think he is that. They must think he is better than every other slot corner, or they wouldn't have given him that fat contract, especially knowing that he's slight of size and there's injury concern. So if they believe that he is this good, I know we may not have seen him for a couple years. He might be out of sight, out of mind. But I think if he comes back and he's healthy and he can play like a top slot corner, I mean, where's the ceiling for this secondary? You got excellent starting 2 outside guys. You got incredible depth on the outside with Jimmy Smith. And let's not even – I mean, we're only rating 4, but they got some other guys too we're not going to talk about. And then Tavon Young I don't think there's a better unit in the league than the Ravens cornerback room.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you there. That's why, of course, I wanted to make sure my background displayed that. Shout out to Snowflake. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love the combination of the 2. I talked about Malik Harrison and Patrick Queen being like crunchy peanut butter and blueberry marmalade. I might have used that comparison too early, because now that I think about it, like Marlon Humphrey is the crunch, right? And
yeah,
Peters is smooth, man. I tell you what, man. But I agree with you that it goes so much deeper than that. Like you said, Tavon Young, Jimmy Smith, those are your backup corners. Think about the other guys on the other teams everywhere on the league. Name a 3 and 4 on another team and tell me that one of them is better than Jimmy Smith. I will fight you.
I know. Yeah, Jimmy's good.
Okay, I might not fight you, but
Yeah, I'm not fighting.
but you understand the point here. I think that there's some guys that are like you said, deeper down the depth chart that could have an opportunity to fight for a starting spot on some of the other teams in the division. Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah, I'm with you. Ravens number 1 all the way as far as cornerback room goes. Incredible depth. Hopefully Tavon turns out. We want to know what you guys think. Are we correct here in our rankings? Is there anyone what we missed that you guys are excited about as far as other teams in the AFC North? Is there a reason that the Bengals shouldn't be 4th and maybe should be higher ranked? Let us know. Give us your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the button. Make sure to give us a like and leave your comments, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.